Everyone, and welcome to Live with the Coopers. I am one of your hosts, Candace Cooper, and with me,
I am Brandon Cooper.
all right, I was a little late on our names, but y'all see them now. So, what's up, you guys? It is December 4th. We made it. All our bills paid up for the rest of the year.
No, not yet. Not yet.
I'm
No,
gonna
not
need you
yet.
to get on that.
Uh,
I saw in you guys.
no.
I'm a part of like this Facebook marriage group, and one of the guys, the husbands, he was like, I paid our bills up for the rest of the year. And
Well,
so,
no, it ain't quite that easy over here. It's
what?
hard in the yard over here. Poor man trying to make it.
Oh man,
We gonna get him paid.
we gotta get them bills paid.
We'll
It's
get him
December
paid.
4th. Y'all know how it is, the first of the month, right? They
Yeah.
even made a song about it.
Yeah, it is a song about it. And it's real too.
And it's real.
Yeah.
So you guys, we have a good topic in for today, but before we get to the topic, let me see. Let me put on my little topic. I'm sorry, not topic, news. I'm missing news. There we go. Our little news coverage. Jeff, if you will. All right, now we're going to go ahead and turn it over to Brandon Cooper for today's sports news. What's up?
All right, Candace says she got a lot of news, so we're gonna try to run through mine pretty quick here. Our Texas Longhorns played hard and defeated the Oklahoma State Cowboys 49-21, becoming the Big 12 Conference champions. Yeah, for the first time in quite a long time. All right. They also made the college playoffs, and they're coming in number 3 overall. Michigan is 1, Washington is 2, Texas is 3, and Alabama is 4. Florida State was left out of the playoffs, even though they finished 13-0. That was real tough. I hate that for the Florida State fans, but I agree with what they did. I think these are the best 4 teams, and it's gonna be a very exciting playoff for the championship. Texas plays again. I want to say on January, on the first of the year, in January. And they will play against Washington, and Michigan will play against Alabama, and then of course the winner from those 2 games will play for the championship. Um, and next year, this won't be a problem anymore because finally, something they should have done a long time ago, they'll be moving to a 12 team playoff. So they'll take the top 6 winners from the Power Five, from the conferences, and then the next best records is what I'm understanding. The next 6 records. So this won't be a problem in the future. Quinn Ewers had 452 yards and 4 touchdowns and 1 interception in that game, and he was the player of the game. So shout out to Quinn Ewers, our quarterback for Texas Longhorns. Colorado Buffaloes. 3 of Deion Sanders' assistant coaches have left the program. He's also several players are going into the portal, and some commits have decommitted. This is not anything to go. Oh my God, it's over. Dion is losing it over. This happens every year to every team, guys. So with that being said, uh, hopefully he can get the players and the coaches in that he wants. He's gonna continue. This is his first year with this team. He's gonna be shaping this team, guys, for the next so many years. You know what I'm saying, to get it where he wants it. So I wish him luck with all that. We'll continue to follow him and talk about what they're doing as the months pass in the off season. My Dallas Cowboys. How about them Cowboys? 41-35 win last Thursday night over the Seattle Seahawks in a very good game. For all those that say we hadn't beat a team over 500, the Seahawks do have a good record. It was a great game. Dakota Prescott with another big time performance, 29 for 41, 299 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. They are getting more confident, and you're starting to hear the Dak MVP talk.
Make third down more manageable.
Yeah! Here we go! Here we go!
Dak is doing his thing. Here we go, baby. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, he's starting to do his thing. So, hey, shout out to my boy Dak. Shout out to my boy Dak. He is different this year. I did tell y'all, I want to put it out here that I said this year's team is different. I also said that about Texas Longhorns. They just won the Big 12 Conference Championship and they in the playoffs. Hey, who am I though? Who am I? Anyway, all right, here we go.
20 years later.
Hey, it's all right. This year is different. Hey, it's slowly coming. Hey, it's coming, and I'm grateful for it. All right, so here we go. And finally, my Austin Honey Badgers, our Austin Honey Badgers Track Club, will have their first indoor track meet this coming up Sunday at the University of Houston in Houston, Texas. We got taking a few of our older kids down there to compete in that track meet. So wish us safe travel and pray for my kids. They've been working hard, and I'm looking forward to seeing them go out and compete. So we're excited about that.
Cool. And in Sports Coop, I want to add congratulations to Stony Point. My nephew, Alan Guyton Jr.
Yeah.
Let me tell y'all something.
Let me tell you. There you go.
There you go. He trying to get on me about the let me tell you. When I get into that, it's getting real at that point. You guys, that was like the game of the year for me. Okay, you guys, we're located, for those of you who don't know, we're located in the Austin area, here in Central Texas. There is a team, a high school team that is rated, I think they're ranked like 2 in the state, if I'm not mistaken. And they played Lake Travis, who was like ranked number 4 in the state. This is basketball. You guys, Lake Travis was pretty much ahead the entire game. And then in the last like 2 seconds, my nephew ties the game. And they go back in for like a .08. It was crazy. They go back in, and one of the players, I believe his name is Uzi, that's at least his nickname, he throws it from the half court and makes it. And
he got a steal. He got a steal at half court. He got a steal at half court. And he shot a 3 basically from half court. Yeah. And so they was about to go into overtime. And he picked it off. They got the ball at half court, and they picked it off, got a steal, and basically shot it up, just threw it up from half court, and he hit a 3 to end the game. So it was real good shot.
The crowd went wild, you guys. I was like, I didn't know whether to cry, shout, like lose my bladder. I didn't know what to do, but I was so excited for my nephew. I already know they're going to state in San Antonio. Get ready. We're going to see him there. This is his senior year too. So I was just, to know everything that he's gone through, especially that day because he just went to a funeral that morning and he missed their earlier game. So it just meant a lot. It meant a lot. So shout out to Stony Point's coaching staff and so forth. Y'all keep doing your thing. You guys did an amazing job with those boys. Now we can get into my news. I think this
one more thing. Real quick, shout out to my hometown, CKT. I'm always keeping up with you, Crockett, Texas. I saw the boys from Crockett went down and won the Buffalo tournament. It was the tournament in Buffalo this weekend.
It's Buffalo. Oh, is that the
yes.
Oh, okay.
Buffalo too. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, they won the tournament in Buffalo. So proud of y'all. Saw Coach Brent Stevens and Coach Boo. Proud of y'all, man. Doing your thing. Keep going hard with those boys.
You guys, there was so much news going on. I did not know where to start. So I'm going to call this the Marathon News segment. Okay, again, you guys, this is celebrity news of what's been trending kind of over the weekend. And I'm going to start with Coach Deion Sanders since we just caught off of sports. But you guys, him and Tracy Edmonds have announced that they had split. Golly, Coach Sanders, he's just having a hard time, man. From coaches to players. Boy, I tell you, we got to keep him in his prayers and keep him lifted. But they called it quit after 11 years being together and 4 years of engagement. So I tell you what, to be a fly on that wall, who knows what's really going on. But hey, we might need to.
Y'all want to see a dead body?
Yeah. we might need to come back and see. I'm pretty sure we'll hear more about that. Also, in other news, Ashanti and Nelly. Now, let me tell y'all guys, like I'm a whole 80s baby, but 90s was my jam, right? So I'm really excited about this whole Ashanti and Nelly spinning the block. I'm learning about lit lingo. And so, of course, that means that they have now reunited after years of being separated. But they are now expecting their first child together. That is right. Ashanti is pregnant. Coop, give me some applause or something. We're going to celebrate Miss Ashanti. Hopefully they can make it last and make it last forever. Now, this is his third child. I didn't realize Nelly has a 29 and a 24-year-old. But, but in terms of Ashanti, this is her first child. Monica announced that her and C Murder are no longer dating. Now, again,
they ain't been dating. What made her think she been dating? You can't date nobody locked up.
Oh, my.
A bullshit? A bullshit?
She said, and I quote, I got my heart broken again. So, we going to keep Miss Monica lifted. I tell you what,
Mark Perkins, we do not talk about 49er football over here. Yes, the 49ers did beat the Philadelphia Eagles. They did take care of business, but we do not report on the 49ers in this household. Thank you, sir.
It's King. They split on business, Mark. All right. So, Jeannie Ma revealed that Jeezy allegedly cheated on her and that she found out about the divorce when the rest of the world found out about the divorce. Now, of course, Jeezy denies those allegations and basically said, hey, you can talk to our marriage counselor. So, you guys, it's getting heated. These folks, it seemed like that's just that. I mean, they were hot and then they were not, and now it's getting kind of ugly. So, we're gonna continue to follow them. Natalie Nunn, you remember Natalie Nunn. And again, you guys, Coop and I have just talked about the baddies. You know, we just literally discovered this during Thanksgiving break. We didn't even know the baddies exist. But Natalie Nunn, who is actually the executive producer of the show, The Baddies, she showed up with the Zeus Network to a DC restaurant. And that restaurant, the owner basically said, y'all not coming in here. He refused the service. But again, Coop, if you've seen the show, and you know how they cut up in restaurants like they don't.
And now, for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
So,
that's why he didn't let him in, because he already know what's going to happen.
So Natalie, you guys, she went live and she's upset and she's like, you know, they're this owner of this restaurant, and you guys, just based on the outside looking in, it looks like it's a pretty upscale restaurant. So, of course, I go to the comment section, and in the comment section, the owner of the restaurant happens to be African-American. It's a black person, black man. He's like, yeah, I'm not coming in my establishment tearing up the joint. You know, so the folks in D.C., you guys, really stood up, and they're defending the restaurant. And they're saying, hey, I understand that restaurant has a right to refuse service, especially y'all gonna go around, don't know how to act. You know, going around and
Try
it. So, anyway... Speaking of Miss Natalie Nunn, you know, the Christian, bless her heart, the child is trending again today. Coop, Blueface went at 4 a.m. in the morning. He left, I believe it was Trey Songz's birthday party. Went and picked up Krishan Jr., who's only 3 months old. Picks him up at the house because he had been calling Krishan on the phone. She wasn't answering the phone. He goes over there at 4 o'clock in the morning. Finds out that Krishan is not there. The baby is fine, being babysat by a friend, Marsh. He goes live, takes the baby outside. Baby don't even have, you know, old folks don't let you go outside, babies especially with your head not covered, no shoes on. You know, we don't do that in the South. This baby outside don't got his head covered, no shoes on. It's clearly cold outside, so he takes the baby and basically is like, you know, a mama should be at home with the baby. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. Lord have mercy, y'all, it's just so much drama with these young people. And basically, Krishan ends up going and getting the baby, long story short. Now she got a black eye, busted lip. Marsh is beat up. She's in the car with Jaden, Alexis, the other baby mama, and now they going live, drinking, doing shots. and now they're getting along. So
A
as of
bullshit?
right now, they are trending.
A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
Last but not least, Usher performed his last final show at the Las Vegas residency. Now, Cooper and I, we went and saw Usher. Boy, I tell you, Usher, he did his thing. So he got a little emotional for his last show. Also, our auntie, Miss Mary J. Blige, she attended the show as well. He tried to, go and do what he's been doing and kind of serenade her a little bit like he's been doing some of the other superstars that show up. And Mary J. Blige, if y'all saw her, she wasn't having that. She like, nephew, go on that. We ain't finna do that. So anyway, he performed his last show. Now it's time to get ready for the Super Bowl.
Okay.
That concludes my news.
Would you stop hitting the table with
Okay.
that ring?
You trying to say my ring? Is it doing too much?
You keep hitting the table.
Oh, Lord. He talking about me hitting the table, y'all. As much as he done hit this table and turned off the show and
That's all right.
kind of
Hey.
So
Legally blind.
now it's time.
Legally blind.
Ooh, boy, I tell you, my co-host might not make it for the rest of the year. Here we go. Today's topic. We're gonna go on into today's topic. Now, you guys, today's topic is actually pretty near and dear to me because let me tell you guys, I've been doing some work.
Here we go.
I've been doing some work these last 3, I thought they were 3 months. Cooper's like, Candace, it's been 4 months. I have been doing some serious work, and the work has to do with really reflection. Reflecting on self, reflecting on just really trying to discover me. What was it, a year or so ago, I got asked a question, and the question was, Candace, what really makes you happy? Like, what is it that you enjoy doing that really, really, really makes you happy? At that time, a year ago, I was going through some things on the career, in my career path, and I was ready to make some decisions. However, I just did not know what I wanted to do, but I knew I wanted to, of course, do something that truly made me happy. And that took me on really a journey, and the journey has been about self-discovery, self-reflection, and just trying to figure out what is it that I want to do next. So I figured that out last month. It took me about 3 months, but I finally figured that thing out. But during the process, I had to really do a look back at 2023. Because how do you know where you're going if you don't know where you come from? So today's topic, when we first started the show, we started the show talking about what is your why. You remember that way back when? That was our very, very first episode. And so I wanted to kick off the last month of 2023 to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly of 2023. And just really try to reflect on where you are, really your story and your testimony. I want today's thing to be really engaging because oftentimes we don't take enough time to think. And that's what I found out in the last 3 months as I've been doing kind of my self-reflection, is that we don't take enough time to really think. We're constantly going through life. Life becomes kind of almost like a hamster wheel. And we're constantly going through life. Life becomes very, very routine. Cooper and I were talking about routine a lot today. We get up in the morning. You got to brush your teeth. If your kids at home, you're getting your kids up. You're getting them ready for school. You're going to breakfast. You're going to work. It becomes such a hamster wheel that you really don't have time to really sit back and kind of think. What are some of the good things that happened in 2023? Some of the bad and maybe some of the ugly. What are those lessons learned? The things that now going into 2024 you want to do better. Maybe there was some things that happened that you didn't necessarily like, but hey, you need to try to revisit those things so that you can make it better. Or maybe there was some major achievements that occurred in your 2023, and then maybe in 2024 you want to build off of it. So I'm not real big into resolutions, but I am real big into goal setting. I think goal setting is one of an amazing thing that you can do for yourself and for your family in terms of where it is that you want to do. So at the beginning of every year, I tend to goal set. I tend to sit down and figure out whether I do that through through journaling, or whether, we oftentimes, we like to do, oh my goodness, I just lost my train of thought. But anyhow, I like to set my goals. I literally write them down. I set my goals and I try to figure out a mood board or something like that. Sometimes it's just, taking pictures and putting on the wall and saying, hey, this is where I want to be. So these are some of the things that I've done at the beginning of the year, that toward the end of the year, I try to self-reflect. I try to go back and I look at the good, the bad, and the ugly. So cool. A lot of people may not know how to self-reflect. And so I want you guys to engage with us, talk to us about, maybe some of the lessons that you've learned this year, some of the things that you may not want to repeat, or maybe some of the amazing accomplishments and achievements that you've had, and you want to make sure that you can build off of those in 2024. Our platform is to help folks get to where they're trying to go, to entertain, to inform, and to also try to have a good time doing it. So today's show is going to be one of those shows that we're trying to really inform about how, really looking back for other self-reflection, and then being able to help each other along our journeys to try to figure out how we can do better. Because if we can do better, right, then our children will do better, or our grandchildren and those that are around us. And so that's what today's show is about. That was a long introduction, but really...
I ain't say nothing.
It's a long introduction, but I really want to get into these 7 practices of self-reflection. Thoughts, Coop?
I'm listening. I'm listening.
All right.
I want to get into the thoughts.
So one of the things is thinking. And when they say think, that's taking the time to decide what questions you want to ask yourself during a self-assessment. So some of those questions could simply be things like, what happened this week or this year that I may identify that you would like to reflect on? So first is sitting back and just kind of really thinking about like the top 5 things that you think happened in this year that were, like I said, they could be amazing things, they can be not so good things that happened during this year. And you just, first is identifying what it is that those things taught you, whether it was good, bad, or ugly, or indifferent. What did they teach you? And what is it that you can learn from some of those things that have happened? So we're going to do that exercise right now. Cool. What is at least one thing that, and I know I'm putting you on the spot, but what is at least one thing that you did, whether it was good, bad, or ugly, or that happened to you, or maybe you observed some significant event for your life in 2023?
I lived.
Okay, so what does that mean?
I'm alive.
Well, I'm going to help him out, okay? Part of his living and being alive is one of the significant things that happened is he and I both decided to hire a personal trainer for our own health. Now, we did that in what month was that? September?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I think I know for me, I came to the decision around July that I needed to be healthy inside and outside. But, the easy thing to do, and I'm not knocking anybody else that does it, but there's a whole lot of different ways to lose weight. So that's out there. It's a ton of different ways, from pills and shots and knives and surgery. I mean, there's a bunch of different ways that you can to lose it. But I wanted, for me, for my own personal health, my emotional and mental well-being, is that I wanted to make the decision to work out, to truly work out for my heart health, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And so I started the process like around July. And I had never, 43 years, I had never made this type of decision to work out. But that was a significant thing that happened to me because I knew it was going to be life-changing. And then around September, you decided to join and you said, well, hey, if we're going to do this, let's do this together. And also, let's get a trainer. So what was that process like for you? Like, what made you come to that decision about hiring a physical trainer?
Well, I've been needing to get back to working out. I had an injury some years back that almost took me out, and since that injury, I've been skittish when it comes to working out. I can train these kids, but I didn't know how to train myself because I didn't know how to accept the fact that we're not the same kids that we were, throwing up certain kind of weight and being able to do a whole bunch of things that we did back when we was teenagers and young adults. I'm not that kid anymore. You know, I just can't train like that now. I can't just jump into it like that anymore. So I needed somebody to help me and guide me and watch me and make sure that I'm not pushing myself too hard anymore before I get injured again and put myself in a situation where I hurt myself and my family.
Yeah. So and that happened. Your injury happened many years ago. I think it was about 10 years ago or so. Was it? We had just started our team, I think.
I don't know how long ago
It was some time ago when the injury happened, but here we are. He's now 10 years later, now coming back and trying to commit to working out.
I've tried to work out a couple of times here and there, but I just never kept it going because I try to go too hard. You know, I see some of my friends over on here. They'll tell you I go way too hard and end up just getting discouraged because you're too sore, you're hurting too bad, and so you just got to ease back into it and take your time. And so having a trainer to kind of guide you through it really helps.
So for us, one of the significant things that happened is for whatever reason, it brought us as a couple to decide, hey, I want to work out. And so part of our 2023, which I think was a huge thing, is health is wealth, right? And if you're not healthy on the inside out, there's nothing that you won't be able to accomplish and do any of the things that we're trying to do. So that was a commitment that we made, and we continue that commitment. And so we started in September, and now here we are. We're 2 days a week, early in the morning. We're going and working out, and and my hope is that one thing that I've been thinking about is how do I now build upon that? How do I take now working out into eating? And so that's what we're gonna focus on in 2024. How do I also take my 2 days a week into possibly 3 days a week? And so this has been something that's been, like I said, we talk about wanting to be healthy all the time, but not really making a move to do that. And so that's one of the things they talk about, thinking. How many of you have really taken the time to sit back and think? Just really give yourself the time and to sit back and think about where you are now in your life and where is it that you want to be. So number one in this whole self-reflection, when you're thinking about the good and the bad and the ugly of 2023, is to think. That's number one. All right. So we have any comments? Let's see. A lot of people are watching.
No, just talked about amen, setting goals, smart lady.
All right. Thank you. I see some hearts. Y'all keep the hearts coming. Keep the shares coming. The second thing is practicing gratitude. Okay, again, we're going over the 7 things to help with practicing self-reflection. This stuff may sound like, well, duh, yeah, that's what we should be doing, right? But you have to be very conscious and saying, hey, these are steps that I want to do. And December is a great time to do it. Practicing gratitude. Cool. So what it talks about here is sitting back and reviewing what you're thankful for and feeling grateful, in an excellent way. It's a way to boost, your self-esteem, and also to think about the things that you are truly thankful for. When you look around, when you look within, you can say, oh, I haven't accomplished this, or I would like to be in this place in my life, or I would love to, have this sort of material possession. I would love for my business to be further, or maybe my career to be in a better place, or I would love for my children, for me to be able to do these things with my children. But at the end of the day, like when you look around, y'all, it is a lot of people out here that are suffering. It's a lot of people that do not have the home that you so desire, that you're living in right now. They do not have an automobile that you have right now. They do not have the career that you oftentimes complain about going to. There's a lot of businesses out here that are not doing as well as your potential business is. And so the second thing is practicing gratitude. Cool, you talk about it all the time, that being humble.
Yes. Poor man trying to make it. I'll never let anybody think that I'm feeling cocky or anything about where I'm at in life. You talked about cars and stuff like that. There's a lot of people don't have food on their table. Yeah. They don't have a table to put food on. So we see people like this every day in Austin. So I'm never gonna get to the point. If anybody worried about anything, you'll never see cockiness. You'll never see that to a point where I feel like it's just not who I am. I understand that we're extremely fortunate, extremely blessed to be, able to live every day with lights. We got cameras in here. We got things that You know, I mean, come on, man. Stuff that we don't even necessarily need, but it's giving us an opportunity to do what we're doing right now. And so, of course, waking up, being grateful every day for everything that you have, including breath, is something that you need to take into every day, and not just every year, every day, every single moment of your life.
So we want to encourage you. These are some conversations you might even sit down and have with your significant other, or maybe you have it with a sister, or maybe even with your children. But really practicing gratitude, because you know when you do practice gratitude and being thankful for the things, it reminds you of how very, very blessed you are. And so I want to say that I am not where I necessarily want to be, but I am thankful and just blessed in terms of where I am. You know, because it can always be a lot worse. So that's my piece on that. The third thing, and you guys, this was hard for me. This was really, 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 really hard for me, and it is meditating. So this was tough, because it is always so much going on now. I'm a big prayer. I pray all the time, every day. I'm talking to myself, Lord, you know, just when I'm cooking and brushing my teeth, you know, I'm always praying. But the thought of meditating, that one was tough for me. Coop, I started the process in July. I would take out my little, you know, I had a towel, or I would lay down on my yoga mat. You know, I started listening to Oprah. And Deepak or Deep, yeah, you thought I was, yeah, Coop was like, what is going on? I was listening to my affirmations at night. You know, I was practicing the art of meditation. And y'all, it took me honestly like about 30 days just to clear my mind and be able to be in the space to meditate. I even bought books on how to meditate. And I'm suggesting that and did research, because oftentimes the answers that you're seeking are really within. But you have to clear out all of that fuzziness to get to where it is that you're trying to seek that's within. We're all unique, and we're all blessed with unique talents, skill sets. We have experiences that we've had that can certainly bless and be able to teach and reach other people. But through the art of meditation is where I truly, when I was able to answer that question of what makes me happy.
Tanya Wiley says, I pray and meditate at least twice a day. Derek Red says, you were just tired. And Elmer Fisher said, finding the place of peace.
Ooh. Let me tell you, when you're not at peace, you just, your whole soul is interrupted. You can't even really think. And that's what I said when we started this off, we're talking about thinking. But that meditation really, really helped with that process. And sometimes you gotta not sometimes, but when I meditate, y'all, I gotta shut off the phone, put it away. You know, I have to literally get myself in a space. You know, something they talk about, you know, you sit down and sometimes lay down. I have to try different things. Then I found myself, Coop, I was meditating in the closet, in the tub. You know, we went to hotels. I would find a space there to meditate. I got to the point, I started the process in July, and I've never done this before in my entire life, y'all. I started the process in July, and I tell you what, by September, I had literally, you know, conquered the art of meditating. And now I can find a little space anywhere, my car anywhere, and just really meditate. And so the practice, and I saw somebody saying, Elmer, he says, it allows you to find your true purpose, which allows progression. Absolutely. Absolutely. Those are some wise words, because at the end of the day, what we're talking about is progress. Like, you want to get better. You want to do better. You want to be a better person. We're going to make mistakes. Y'all, we are all imperfect. Okay? There's no human on this earth that is perfect. Okay? We all have issues. We are not okay. We are not okay. We have just gone through all COVID and the stuff that's happening in politics, and the stuff that we're seeing with the weather. Groceries is high. At least gas is going down. But we are not okay. Did y'all just hear the news that I just read? You have all of these relationships that are breaking up. You have baddies that our children are looking up to. I mean, it is so much going on out there in the world that we are not okay. You got to find that place of peace. And for me, I found it through the art of meditation. Coop, have you ever meditated?
Not at all.
You haven't.
Not at all. Pray every day, but not at all. Know nothing about meditating. But hey, man, if you found it, whatever floats your boat.
Yeah, we don't try to be cool. Yeah, people. Red, I'm wondering the same thing. They want to know, are you all right?
I'm fine. I'm. Hey, look. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be 100 with y'all. This right here, I'm listening just like y'all tonight. Candace this is something that she really wanted to focus on. You know, when you get to talking about all these keys to life and all this kind of stuff, self-reflection. Hey, I just gotta listen, guys. I'm listening. I'm just gonna listen, and I'm gonna learn tonight. The meditating is not gonna be something that I'm gonna follow. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know nothing about meditating. I'm gonna pray. And I'm gonna keep grinding. That's what I do. I don't meditate. I'm not looking for myself. I feel like God has already showed me who I am and what I gotta do. I don't need to find nothing. I don't need to find nothing. I know who I am. You know, so I don't spend a whole lot of time trying to figure out all this extra stuff. I keep grinding. I know what my goals are. And I'm just saying, you know, and I just want to take those goals, those said goals, and make them better each year. My goals don't change other than trying to make it better. That's it.
Okay. All right. You know, Red brought up a good point, and he said fishing is his meditation. And you know what?
Damn.
When I asked Brandon Cooper,
Make third down more manageable.
Here we go! Here we go!
what made him happy, and he said to me, fishing. So he's found that, and I told him then, I said, well, you know what? You're fortunate because you found that thing that gives you peace. You found that thing that does provide you a sense of meditation, quietness, the ability to actually sit out with nature and really be able to sit and think, you know, about it. And so if that, you may not know it, but that has been your outlet. And so for some of us, we don't have that outlet. Prayer is a beautiful thing, you know.
This is very interesting, and it's gonna get there. It's gonna get there because I'm seeing a pattern here. I'm watching a pattern, guys. Y'all just pay attention. That's why I say I won't even have to go there. I know y'all used to be. Just watch. Just keep watching. Sammy Dominic, I don't meditate neither. I pray and follow the path God put me on. There you go, Sam. I'm already on the path. God done showed me a long time ago, because if he didn't, I wouldn't be doing the stuff I'm doing. There's no way I would be where I'm at right now doing the things that I'm doing based on who I was if God hadn't already gave me the plan. You just got to see the plan and stay with it. Stick with it. That's my... Now, I'm not telling you what to do. Do whatever makes you feel comfortable and finds that peace that we're all discussing. But... you know, just pray and ask God for what it is you're supposed to be doing. And I feel like, you know, eventually you're going to get your answer that you're looking for, if you're really looking for it, you know. Kaylee Perkins, my meditation is eating some of that fish y'all cook. Hey, I ain't mad at that. A lot of people... a lot of people eat for meditation. I guess they peace, whatever they when they nervous and.
I've eaten a lot in my day, so I think I'm trying to back away from the table and try to figure out how to make a little healthier decision. That's me though. That's me. But in terms of like prayer and meditation, it goes hand in hand. So I don't think there's really a separation of each. I think that prayer, when you are praying to God. And you're praying. And
it's got to be, or they wouldn't be different words.
No, not necessarily.
What's the definition? What's the definition of meditation?
Because we can look it up.
What's the definition?
But for me, so I am going to, when I'm praying, I'm speaking to God the same way I speak to you right now. That's how I'm doing. I'm speaking to God, and that's how I pray. And I'm gonna speak to God the same way I would a human, right? So that's how I pray. But as far as what I have learned through the process of meditation, is through meditation, you're truly learning to not speak, but to listen and to focus. What does it say? Let me let
A
you.
written or spoken discourse expressing considered thoughts on a subject.
Correct. So there may be something that I prayed on and I prayed on and I prayed on, and or something that has happened and occurred, and I'm praying on that thing. But when you meditate, it's about the act of being silent and really being able to sit and listen. Go ahead.
Prayer, a solemn request for help or expression of thanks addressed to God or an object of worship. I'll say a prayer for him. That's different.
But they go hand in hand, cool. Because the thing about it is, some people can pray, and after the prayer, they get up and they going on about their business, and maybe they're fine. What was happening is, and I know again for me, I had to find something deeper, a deeper connection. And that's how I was able to find that deeper connection, was through prayer and through meditation. So for me, it went hand in hand, because again, prayer talked about making a request. It's about worshiping. For me, I always start my prayer with thanking God. So I'm thanking him. I'm making a request. I am discussing with him the same thing that I would with a friend. God, this is what I desire. This is what I am looking for. This is what I am seeking. But through the art of meditation, for me, I'm quiet now. Now I'm quiet and I'm going within so that I can be prepared and be in a space to be able to hear him. For me, that's the difference.
Okay.
That's the difference. So, meditation is number 3. And with meditation, you also going to explore things, and also it lets you, because I'm going to tell you, oftentimes, and we're both very passionate people, Coop. You and I both. Your passion comes across all the time on this podcast we have. I know that the people there, please show a heart if you see Coop's passion. There are some topics on this show that you're going to see him that he gets really excited about. And that is his passion. His passion when he's out, with the kids and so forth. You can see that passion. But sometimes you got to pause and allow yourself time to kind of come down off of that, to just reflect. So therefore your passion doesn't go to the point to where it becomes something else, aggression, or it starts to impact your health when the excitement becomes too much. Does that make sense?
No.
Doesn't make sense. All right. So let me ask you a question. Have you ever been in a track meet and you got so passionate about something, and then it ends up getting to the point to where you maybe become a little upset about that thing? Now,
Only if somebody messing with me. I don't start it.
I've observed the behavior.
I don't start it. I don't start it.
But you do what you can to help try to finish it.
Well, they shouldn't have messed with me. But I don't start it. I don't start no trouble. I stick to myself. I don't care about nothing else. All I do is care about watching my kids, training my kids, making sure they all right. And then people tend to mess with me. They do things, and I don't like to be messed with. So, yeah, I am getting better about that, though. I haven't had, to my knowledge, just last year, I didn't have no run-ins. I don't think. This last year, I don't think I had any run-ins.
I think you're getting better.
I'm getting much better. I'm getting older now. I'm starting. I stayed
stayed
out the way back then.
No, I'm talking about you're literally on the field, like shooting the thing, so you're physically not even in the space. Because there's a lot of shenanigans go on. I'm up there, so I know and see them.
Okay.
But what I'm saying, I'm using that as an example. But oftentimes through the process of meditation, I know at least for me, it helps to kind of even in those very passionate moments to even be more of a calming, effect. It's worked as a tool. It's a tool to add to your toolkit. I'm not trying to push it on you.
I'm not telling. Look here. Now, I'm not telling nobody to do what I do. I stay to myself. I don't bother nobody. I tell you what. When I'm working at night, when a whole lot of y'all are asleep now, I get a lot of time to myself. I get a lot of time to think And while I'm thinking, I'm also getting exercise. I get more exercise doing the work now than I ever got in the past. You know, I'm steps and I'm wiping and I'm mopping. I'm doing all this good work. That work is giving me way more exercise than I ever got sitting in a desk typing all day. You know, and me. So I'm you know, I get a lot of time to myself to do that kind of stuff, and it helps me out a lot when it comes to, just thinking about different things.
Yeah. So before we move on to number 4, you guys, I'm going to read some of the comments regarding meditation. Bryce, Rayshawn Bryce, Coach Fred is also saying pray and meditate on his word 100%. Because oftentimes, I'm going to tell you, that word can be a little confusing. So oftentimes, even when you're praying and you're meditating or you're reading your Bible and so forth, you meditating on it is amazing. At least it works for me. Miss Tanya, thank you, Miss Tanya, for engaging with us often. I've seen your name several times, so I appreciate that. She says meditation after prayer is clearing your mind and waiting for guidance and clarity. Yes, ma'am, 100%. Because again, I found myself pray, and then you go on with life. Out in the car praying, go on with life. But when you take that time to just really calm yourself down and really think, it does provide a sense of clarity. Thank you for using it and guidance. Thank you for that. Aunt Carmen is watching. Hello, Aunt Carmen. Shout out to you. Samuel Dominic. I have to agree with Candace Wade Cooper. You need to have a moment when you clear your head from everything. I'm not saying meditate, but you need an out every now and then. And then going back to Tanya, the key is to stop thinking for a few minutes. 100%. 100%. If you can get to the point to where, and I'm going to tell you guys, I've been, again, through this last 3 or 4 months, it's really been very helpful for me. And through some of my research about these topics, I'm seeing that a lot of these experts out here, I'm no expert on this matter, but what they're saying is when you stop and you think, and you really give yourself grace and time to sit back and think, you can actually just be a better person and reach better results and so forth with what it is that you're going. Someone says cigars is my out.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's wonderful. That's wonderful that you found something. Number 4, you guys, is setting goals. Setting your goals. Now, I started this conversation out about setting goals. You guys, that has been something that I'm telling y'all, you got to set them and write them down. Yeah, we all have these devices. Every last one of them have a device in our hand. This December, think about the good, the bad, and the ugly that occurred to you in 2023 and really set some goals for 2024. And when you set goals, they talk about setting smart goals. Goals that are attainable, the things that you can actually reach. Now, I'm not finna set a goal saying I want to lose 80 pounds, in a year. Because to be honest with you, I know that's not going to happen. So you want to try to set some goals that are small, measurable goals that you can at least achieve and be able to give yourself a pat on the back. But let's see what this is saying, this article here. It says write them down and use them as guidelines for your activities. It says have you reached the milestones that will bring you closer to your desired outcome. So if you have a goal or something that you want to achieve in life, have you literally sat down and thought about, okay, what are the small things that I'm going to do in order to be able to reach those things? Are there any thought patterns holding you back? Thought patterns. Cool? Thought patterns. And I'm going to tell y'all, oftentimes we don't think about it, but sometimes it's our mindset and our way of thinking that truly does hold us back. So by setting those goals, it helps you to accomplish those things. Last, is there something you need to learn to progress? So is there something that's, when you set those goals, is there something maybe that you need to learn that is going to help you to progress even further? So setting goals. How many of you are setting goals? Is that a part of something that you do? I'm going to tell you, it's something that I have done my entire life. Now that's one thing I can say that I have done my entire life. And I didn't do it, I did it at the beginning of the year. Through my vision board, I would put all my goals down. I put my vision board up on the wall or what have you. But then throughout the year, you got to come back and say, okay, where am I with setting goals? Coop, have you been a goal-setting person? Is this a practice that you've had?
I have a beeline. I'm straight ahead with mine. I know exactly what I want. I know exactly how I'm going to get there. You just keep working on the same ones. I think the problem that a lot of people have is you got Uncle Roger said set realistic goals. That's the main one, but it's also setting too many goals.
Yeah.
Sometimes people get to saying all these different things they want to do in a year, and you're not focused on none of them. Some of y'all want that. Oh man, they kill me when they talk about that. What's it, 7 streams of income and all this? People want to have 3 and 4, 5, 6 different businesses going, and you can't run one. You can't run one. You don't got time for one. You're not putting the effort in. Show me a person that got 5 or 6 things going, and they're the one doing all the work, and I'll show you a person that probably ain't putting the effort in to truly be successful in now one of them. You know, they're not doing it. They're not doing it right. When you got that many streams of money going, what's really supposed to be happening is some way, somehow, your money is supposed to be making money for you without you having to put effort into it, you know, or you're supposed to be having people over here that are working for you that are making money without you putting so much effort into it in some of these businesses. When you got all this stuff going on, if you are having to do all the work for all these businesses, for example, and you ain't got nobody else helping you to a point to where you can sit your ass down, how are you going to ever enjoy it? How are you ever going to enjoy it? You're living to work at that point. You're not working to live. And so when I hear people talk about their goals, a lot of people set these goals and they're done by the mid-February point. They're done. They're done. They never, because they never really, it's something I need to do. It's something I might want to do, but I'm not putting in the work, and I'm really not, as you were talking about, thinking and really determining how I'm really going to get to said goal. I really don't want it that bad because it's going to hurt too much for me to pursue it the way I need to pursue it to get the success that I'm really hoping that I would get when I set said goal. You don't want it that bad. So I pray for people all the time. I hope that they are set. I don't fail much because I don't put a whole bunch of extra stuff out there. I don't like failing, guys. If I set something for myself, I want to be successful. So I don't set a whole bunch of, you won't find me. They were just talking about, Red was talking about fishing on there. I stick to what I do. I don't do a whole bunch of extra stuff. I don't mind trying something new, but I'm really gonna be quiet. When Candace comes up with conversations on here or topics on here, this was her topic today. If she come up with a topic that I don't necessarily know much about, you're gonna see me sit back just like I'm doing today, and I'm going to listen. And then if something comes up where I feel like I can input on, then I'll talk. But I don't get into a whole bunch of stuff. If I don't know, I don't know. You ain't gonna hear me say too much. If I'm talking about it, I feel confident when it comes to that, And when they're talking about goals, I feel confident because I don't set a whole lot of goals. I stick to what I really want to accomplish. And if I get through with that, and when I get to whatever point I want to be with that, then I go into something new. That's how I look at it.
All right. So you've heard it here. Let's go to some of the comments. Let's see here. Jamie Mackey is, I write my goals down in a lot of places to see them and keep them in the front of my mind. That is a great practice to have. That's something that I also taught my daughter. Now, I did get upset when she was 7 and wrote them all on the wall. I didn't specify where to write them. But that is an amazing practice to have, is making sure that you keep your goals front and center. So sometimes I will put mine on like a Post-it note and put it like where I brush my teeth. Then I transition to the office and I said, okay, so I'm going to put my goals on my office. Sometimes they're in my phone. But find a place where you are readily looking at them so that they are available. I love that as an idea for goals. Elma Fisher says, educate them, Coop. I think when you were talking about the investing back into yourself and also about not setting too much to where you spread yourself too thin. Kevin McKnight, that's the key. Your money making money. Mm-hmm. That's the idea when they talk about that. Red says we're simple, and Kevin McKnight goes back again to say every idea is not a goal. That is so true.
Every last one of those comments right there. Y'all are spot on. Y'all are spot on. It's just, that's it.
Yeah. An idea doesn't have, and I love that because that's when you're thinking, right? When you're thinking, you can sit down and brainstorm and what if this and what is that. You can come up with all sorts of ideas and so forth. But when you get ready to sit down and make your goals are not necessarily ideas. Those are things that you are, putting some effort. They're realistic things that you're going to put some effort towards in order to be able to accomplish.
For all you people out there, let me say this. For all you people out there that see somebody else doing something and they're having success with it, and then you say because they did it, I'm going to do that. They making good money. That's your first reason. That's your first reason for doing it. Matter of fact, that's your only reason, really, because you don't like it. They might be passionate about what that something is that they're doing. And they enjoy doing it. They love doing it. They're putting the work in to make it better. They wake up for it. It's not even work to them. But you're doing it because, I'm going to make some money doing that. You're not going to make it. If it was that easy, like Odell said, you say it all the time, if it was that easy, everybody would be doing it. There are going to be some obstacles in your way that are going to cause you to second guess this at some point. And so you're going to get into this, you're going to spend money on it, you're going to do all these things. And I'm not saying you won't make no money, but you won't take it to the level that person is taking it to because they enjoy doing it. And you're just doing it to make money. You got to find things, create opportunities for yourself that you enjoy as well. You can't just do it because somebody else did it and they did well at it. Because, again, they might actually enjoy doing it, and get something out of it that's more than just financial gain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So.
Agreed, 100%. Let's see here. Aunt Carmen, the key I have found in reaching goals is to first think of what you want to do, write down how you are going to achieve it, pray about a positive course, and execute. You have to find something that the world has to have or desire more: food, exercise, clothes, and etc., cleaning, etc. Great idea in terms of, when you're setting goals. Think about what it is that the world needs, and how you can be use your skills, your experience in order to be able to achieve that thing.
Yep.
I know, I'm going to use an example. When we created the Austin Honey Badgers Track Club, one of the things that Cooper and I did is I sat down and I asked them, I said, well, what would make us different? What would make us stand out? What is everybody else doing, and what is it that we can bring to the table that's different, that is unique? And that's how we started, that conversation of building the organization that we've now had for almost 19 years now. We're going, I think, into our 10th year.
2015 was our first summer season. So. Right,
but we started that 2004 is when we at 2014 is when we started the indoor season. Yeah. So when we actually became our DBA got approved, and we got our went to the credit union, and we literally structured and set up the business. That was in 2014. And so during that year, that's when we sat down and we said, what is it that we can offer? And we did the same exact thing with the Clash of Texas, which of course is the fundraising event that provides the funding to run our program, the Austin Honey Badger Track Club. So I'm saying that to say that when you're setting those realistic goals, you have to also start small. You don't want to, unless you got the funds and the means and the support, you can start real big. But for us, we didn't start where we are 10 years now. We started small. We started with 10 kids, okay, in an indoor season. And we built from there. The Clash of Texas, I tell people all the time, our goal was to just get 600 kids. Hopefully next year we'll be knocking down the door at almost 2,500. But you have to start somewhere. So when you're setting those goals, especially in whether it's your career or whether it's business, make sure that they're realistic and things that you can build up off of.
That's some good comments.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Positive, optimistic thinking. Nephew, you sure are calm tonight.
Yeah, I'm listening. I'm listening tonight. Don't worry about it. He'll be back on Wednesday. Don't worry about it.
Oh,
I'm just listening tonight. I'm learning. I'm getting educated.
A true goal will bring more happiness, not depression.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Back to Broderick again. If you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life.
Woo! Woo!
That's it. If you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life.
Yep.
You guys, I am dealing with making some decisions right now, and that's what it boiled down to. What is it that I truly love doing? And because of my thinking and the 3 months of self-reflection and meditation that I've been doing now, I am very clear. I have the guidance and clarity and knowing in terms of what is it that I should be doing. And it was very clear. At first, I was starting to let my old mindset, my old mindset was a little bit different. I was focused on different things. But this new mindset going into what is it that I love? Because if you love it, it's not even work. You're going to enjoy doing it anyway. Yeah. So love that. Next. Derek Red, God gave everybody a tool and everybody doesn't have a hammer. Find out what works for you and what tool you have. Absolutely. Identify your passion and purpose. Identify and Miss Jamie is saying I love you. Absolutely. Y'all, we have to encourage each other. And part of our show, y'all, we're gonna have a lot of entertaining topics. What is the explosion? Okay. We're going to have a lot of entertaining topics. We have a lot of fun. But we also have to know that as we build, our audience, as we continue to engage with you guys, we're going to have shows like this because, hey, we want to see y'all win. We want to have a show where somebody is coming in here and say, hey, y'all, I started my business 3 years ago and now I'm a millionaire. Like, we want to see your families win. We want to see your children win.
Won't cry, baby. Yeah, if they do that, hey, I'm with you, baby. I'm with you.
We want to see each other win, y'all. And the only way we're gonna do that is we gotta put some real conversations out in the air to help us get better.
Red gave something right there.
She says, I gotta work for money. I coach for free. And you know what? I coach for free. But let me tell you how rewarding, and you already know, I don't have to tell you, you know how rewarding it is, because it's something about when you're out there, especially as a coach for a sports program, it's something about that reward that you get when that young person goes out there and accomplishes something because of the impact that you made. It's amazing.
It's rewarding mentally, emotionally. It's rewarding to see your work go into helping those kids with their success. But it is taxing physically.
It is.
Hold on.
Y'all want to see a dead body?
Sometimes that's how you're going to feel. It's rough out there. It's a lot. When other people are sitting on the couch after they long 8-hour day, you still going at it. You still riding that truck or your car over to the next spot after you repacked and shit. But anyway, it is what it is, man. I wouldn't trade none of it because it's not worth to me. It's not worth to me what we're doing with those kids. So it's valuable and I appreciate it all.
Alrighty, you guys, I'm going to go to the next one. After you set your goals, put it down on paper. Journaling. Now, that's something that I've never honestly really done. I'll put my goals down on, like I said, I'll do my vision boards and I'll put my goal, but I never really journal. I wasn't one of those that had a lot of young ladies especially have diaries. I never really, do you journal or have a diary?
Not at all.
Of course not. And that's just something that I just have never really done, and I'm trying to. But what it says is when you put pen to paper and you start to actually, or fingers to keyboard, and you allow yourself to process those feelings and reflect on past experiences from a safe emotional distance, you can always go back and you can compare how far you've gone by reading those entries. And so that's something that I have not done, but I know people who have. But to be able to go back and reflect on how you were feeling that day, it actually helps also with, according to this, and I've heard it, it becomes a safe place for you to put your feelings down and then for you to see how far you've come. We have notes and stuff on our phone. I'm making notes all the time on my phone about ideas that I have, about things that I saw. So I guess from a standpoint, I'm journaling like that, but I've never really journaled in terms of my feelings, based on past experiences. But it does mention that. Is number 5 is putting your feelings down on paper based on the experiences that you've had. Number 6 is having a conversation with yourself. Hearing your thoughts out loud can generate insight in ways that merely thinking about them cannot. Self-talk forces you to clearly articulate your emotions, leading to a clear understanding of what you're feeling at the time. So, talking to yourself. Coop, have you ever done that?
No, I don't think so.
Because my mind, I have such an imaginative and I think creative brain. That is something that I have done. Like if I'm washing dishes, I'll be sitting there, washing dishes, or especially if I'm organizing or cleaning and cooking. Yes, I do clean and cook. Coop has a wife that cleans and cooks. I tell you what, I'm the little old.
A bullshit?
No, you didn't.
A bullshit? A bullshit.
I'm a cook and a
Bullshit.
See, and while I'm cooking and cleaning and taking care of this house over here, oftentimes I do find myself just kind of thinking out loud with my thoughts and so forth, and that's something that you have to have. It actually says it's healthy to have that conversation with yourself, to kind of put those thoughts out loud so that you can hear. And I believe in manifesting. Let me tell y'all something. I wouldn't be where I am today if I did not manifest those things. So once I'm putting those goals out there, I'm creating my vision board, I'm writing those goals down as a reminder, going back and checking it. I'm also manifesting. I'm saying, God, this is what I want, and this is how I want it, and there's not one thing that I have not been serious about and actually followed that process that I didn't get. So having those conversations with yourself is critical. 7, and this is the last one, and because it's 9:12. Coach Fred, that's Rayshawn Bryce. He says, I talk to myself every day. I know what you mean.
Go up with Elmer Fisher.
Oh, okay.
And then come down. That's
All right.
some good stuff.
It says here, your eyes cannot be wired shut when God is showing you your pathway. Mm-hmm. I know that's right.
Then come down a little bit.
All right. Miss Jamie, speak it into existence. I know. See, there you go. That's that talking to yourself on that conversation. You gotta speak that thing into existence.
Look at Dead Red.
And then, did I miss his? 99% of my thoughts are internal. Did I miss
Go to his first one.
Oh, our journal is seed times. Lord have mercy.
Yes!
This is why they go fishing together.
Yes! That's my boy. I love
Who
it.
made it?
That's my boy. And there go my other boy right by it.
I haven't gone on a fishing one of these. Well, I've been. But anyway, the next fishing trip they go on, I'm gonna go.
No, you're not.
And help
You're not going.
Red
We already said the women not coming no more.
Self-reflection.
Nope. The women are not coming no more. That's why, see, the last time we went on our fishing trip, they sit on their asses and made the whole trip about them. They didn't do nothing. So my boy is stopping, we stopping, they got to... No. But
somebody say, you ain't got to do nothing. I ain't do nothing.
See?
That's what happened.
See? Okay, you done?
I'm done now.
They sit on their ass and didn't do nothing. This was during my birthday. They supposed to be helping us, we get some plays together, at least wash the fish off or do something, you know what I'm saying, that you do. No, they didn't do nothing. Sit on their ass, talk. Women ain't coming no more. It's going to be all men. We enjoy ourselves. That's how it's going to be from now.
We had some good conversation. We had good wine. We got some rest, okay? We did absolutely, and he is right. I understood the assignment. You take me off to some retreat, let me tell you something, we're going to have a good time. But this next one, I'm going to come.
Ain't going to be no next one for you.
I'm going to come and we're going to do some self-reflection. and
Try it.
meditation. We're gonna do some self-reflection and meditation. So, matter of fact, I will do the arrangement.
I don't even believe in none of them words. I don't believe in none of them words. I don't believe in none of that.
That's what we're gonna do.
I don't believe in it.
So
Miss me with all that.
All right.
Nah, we our reflection is that that cat that reel going in that water, sit back with a cigar and a cup of good whiskey. Hold up. Watch some football.
Yeah.
Sit back and enjoy life. I don't want to talk about no reflecting nothing. I don't want.
We're gonna self-reflect.
I'm not even gonna go there tonight. You know what? I'm not even gonna go there tonight. Whistle. I ain't gonna go there tonight. I'm gonna save it for Wednesday.
Let me tell y'all something. You know, opposites truly attract. We are really on the opposite end of the spectrum. I don't know what the Lord had in mind when he put this one in my space on that street here located in Austin, Texas. But I tell you what, you know. We are complete opposite, have totally different mindset. The stuff he doesn't believe in, I typically believe in. And let me tell you, in 2024, by the end of it, Coop will be...
No, Red, they're not going. They're not going. Not for my birthday. Now, if you want to do something for your birthday, they can go. And you want to go, that's fine. I'm not coming to mine. I'm not coming anymore. No.
That's right. I'm going to meditate by the water. They're going to be meditating too. They just don't know it. But we're gonna teach them that in this time. The seventh thing, you guys, before we end today's episode, the seventh thing, after you have had, okay, let me go back. After you've thought about it, you practice gratitude, you've meditated on it, you set your goals, you put your feelings down on a piece of paper, you've had that conversation with yourself. The last thing, and let me tell you guys, I wasn't good at this, but I've been doing this the last 3 months, and it has been very helpful, is get out into nature. I don't like bugs, mosquitoes, all this type of stuff. You know, mosquitoes are something serious here in the state of Texas. But let me tell you guys something. Getting out into nature. I have actually gotten out into nature, and I have found that it has been extremely rewarding. Sometimes it's just walking around the block. We have a pond in the neighborhood. I walk to the pond and just kind of sit still. I have even, and I had never really done this, but taken my shoes off and actually walked in the grass. Why are you rolling your eyes? What was that about?
Okay. I'm just listening.
Have you ever put your toes in the grass?
What the fuck? I grew up in the country. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I know how important nature is. It is peace. I'm getting back to it. As soon as we get through with these goals up here, I'm getting back. That's all I talk about. Anybody that knows me know that's all I talk about. I literally want to live somewhere where I can walk out on my porch in my drawers and throw a reel as far as I goddamn can. That's what I want to do. And come back and check it after I eat a slab of bacon and a biscuit and some coffee and maybe a whiskey. That's what I want. And I want to be able to go back and check it, and I catch my lunch, and I clean it, and I cook it, and I enjoy that, and then I come back and eat another slab of bacon and some potatoes or something like that, and I might catch a different kind of fish to go with that. But it will be a hook in the water at all times. Might be a cow too out there. And it won't gonna be a dog kennel out there. I'm gonna have dogs. Every time I walk out the house, dogs will follow me wherever I'm going. It's gonna be a good life. City folks. Exactly, Red. Have you put your feet in the grass? We played football. We didn't even have shoes. We just ran outside barefooted and just played football all damn day. We ain't had these soft ass feet we got now. Everything is soft now. You played all day. I ain't even been wearing shoes without your.
I unfortunately would break out in hives around grass, And so did not have the luxury. I did grow up in more of a city, but I didn't have the luxury to walk around in grass and dirt and so forth as I was growing up. We even had AstroTurf put down in one of the homes because my mother and father was even concerned about the allergies that we had. And so, yes, my upbringing was a little different.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
Was a little different. And so for me now as an adult, now that, you know, we have grass and so forth around here, I have experienced the getting out and literally putting my feet in the grass. And it has been awesome. So with that being said, on today's episode, what I wanted to encourage is that you take December when you're having, and we're going to be back and we're going to talk about December and the holidays, but as you're enjoying the holidays with your family, hopefully you're going to take some time off during the month of December, but use it as an opportunity for you to really reflect on 2023. Look at the good, the bad, and the ugly that happened in your life. Think about the lessons learned, think about the achievements, think about your accomplishments, and how you can build upon those things. And also self-reflection is a part of this process. Think about those significant events and then maybe some events that you do not want to happen again. Maybe there were some mistakes that were made in 2023, but you want to use the next year in order to be able to reset and to be able to maybe go back on some of those things to help you get better. At the end of the day, we want to encourage you to be the best absolute version of yourself. So whatever your out is, you know, in order to self-reflect. These are just some examples. These are 7 examples. You don't have to use those. You can go online and Google, you know, what you can do. But I encourage you to do so. I used to watch this show all the time. Ayala Van Zandt used to come on the OWN Network, and she talked about doing your work. You know, on all of those families and individuals that came on Fix Your Life, she talked about doing your work. And doing your work starts with yourself. It really starts with self. And so what I want to encourage you is to take this last month of the year to self-reflect and to be prepared for January so we can go into the next year better, a better version of ourselves. Thoughts?
I agree with everything you just said, and my friend Derek, Kevin said that's my dream. Horse farm and ranch. Tanya said Derek Red simple is the best way to be because Red had said before that I told you that we're simple. Jamie Maggie said grass, gravel, and stickers. Yep, we ran on it all. And then Red said at the end here, and I mean this just explains everything for us. The goal is to retire with acres, no neighbors, a farmhouse with wraparound porch, with rocking chair, private stock pond, and let the sun chase me all day while every hour I move the rocking chair. Goddamn. Red, Kevin, and all my other friends out here that are on that path right here. We gonna get there, baby. We gonna get there. We gotta help one another. We gotta support one another. We gotta encourage one another. And look, if one of us get there before the other, make sure that you invite us all. Cause if it's me, you know y'all are invited to mine. You come stay whenever you want to need to get away. Get away. Come on. Come on. And let's sit back and relax and have what they call a good time. That's what it's all about, guys. We just all trying to get to that place. That's what it's about for us. Country boys. I don't give a damn about none of this stuff in this city no more. I don't care. Other than doing this with these kids and trying to work to get ourselves to a point where we can do exactly what the hell Derek just posted. If you want to know where I'm going, that tunnel vision, that's all I give a damn about. Peace. I don't want to be up here people hating on this, you hate on that, you folks envy of this. You ain't got to be jealous of me, cause I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want none of this stuff y'all give a damn about. I am a true country boy at heart, and I'm working my ass off to make sure that I can get acres and get my ass back to it. That's my piece. Tunnel vision. It's been tunnel, because I know what I got to get back to. I know where the piece is at. I know what's going to take my blood pressure down. Walking around in my drawers and some boots with a reel. That's what's going to take my blood pressure down. Big old straw hat. That's what's going to take my blood pressure down. And I'm looking forward to it. I do enjoy coaching these kids, but I got no other reason to be here now. I got no other reason to be here. I love what we created, but I got no other reason to be here. You know, I don't want to be up here. Ain't nobody got to fight with me. So I know what I want. I don't need to make all these. I don't need no vision board. I don't need no nothing. I know what I want. You know, and that's what I'm working for. I'm working night and day to get it. Know what you want. Figure out how you gonna get there. And look here, forget what everybody else got to say about it. It don't matter. Fuck them. I do whatever you got to do to obtain what you. Hey man, you wanted me to talk?
No. I'm saying you gonna get us banned using those words now. But go ahead.
I am Brandon Cooper. I.
Don't be canceled.
Okay. All right. I'm done.
And as long as there is a mall and a hospital and a restaurant within 10 to 20 minutes away, that is exactly where old Brandon Cooper and I will end up. So
A mile in 10 minutes. No, you ain't gonna be with me. Ain't gonna be no mile 10 minutes away from where I'm at.
okay, well then I guess we're gonna be in different places in the world then.
Yeah, I come up there and see you when it's time to lay down or whatever. But all right.
What's gonna happen?
Oh, it ain't gonna be no.
I gotta have some brunch. I gotta have a grocery store. You know, at least somewhere within 10 to 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's what's gonna happen. So you'll be in your house, and I guess I'll be in mine, child.
I understand.
Alrighty. You have tuned in to Live with the Coopers. We have another episode of Salute the Real coming out on Wednesday.
Indeed we do.
Indeed
we do.
Please be sure to share. If you have not yet, we are on YouTube. So please go on and subscribe.
Yeah, Red say you ain't within 10 minutes of one now.
Yes, I am.
What, within 10 minutes of what?
Of a hospital. We're like 10. I said 10 to 20 minutes.
Oh, 10 to
10
20.
to 20 minutes.
I would say you're not 10 minutes in the hospital.
Yes, I am. We're 10 to 20 minutes from everything I just named. A brunch spot. I said a brunch spot. A good mall. Yeah, we're 10 to 20 minutes from all of that. Yeah. We're 10 to 20 minutes.
I don't think so.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Yes, we are. It don't take 20 minutes. We can get to the
20 minutes, yes. You said 10 minutes. I thought you said 10.
10 to 20 minutes.
Okay.
10 to 20 minutes.
Okay.
We are 10 to 20 minutes from
All
all
right.
that stuff I just named. Yes.
All right.
All right. So, again, thank you guys for tuning in. Please like, share, subscribe. Salute the Real, 8 p.m. Do you know what your topic is yet?
Not yet. Oh, I do, but I'm not going to say it yet.
All right. So, we'll be posting that. Enjoy the remainder of your evening.